So one of the words that was coming to me this morning, last couple of days, really, of of a common denominator to everything that I wanted to explore with all of you is feeling. And when I use that word, I don't mean emotions, although it would, of course, include what we call emotions, the range of emotional flavors we can experience. But when it comes to discovering that there's one thing here, what is that one thing? Well, we could say, and I will use words like there's one presence, right? Or there's one being, there's one aliveness, there's one isness, there's one life, there's one um, reality, different words to capture this one thing that really isn't a thing, but appears as everything. um, this, this, this that's here. And the word feeling, though, captures an aspect of this, um, and it is very much what is happening all the time, which is the feeling of what's here, isn't it? Not how it feels. That's the descriptions. And that's where all the sense of difference and distinction arises out of the way it seems to be, way what's being felt seems to be descriptively, right? But as we're sitting here right now, just invite you to notice something that is already happening, but just bring attention to it. And that is the feeling of the moment, right? The felt sense of something being here. Of course, what seems to be here is, again, a diversity of things like thoughts, feelings, sensations, emotions, memories, visual images, objects, right? That's what seems to be being experienced, being felt. What's common, what's um, fundamental, we could say, to all of this that's appearing is that it's being felt. That's the presence of it. It is being felt, isn't it? Right now. Everything that's being encountered is being felt, even if in the subtlest of ways, being felt. Felt as here. How do you know the moment is here? How do you know that anything's showing up? Because it's being felt. The sense of its being here. That's what I mean by being felt. The sense of its being here. If you feel for a moment the felt sense of you being here, the feeling of being here, feel that. And now venture out to the presumed edge of you. Maybe that's the skin line. Now feel that. The felt sense of that supposed boundary. And now, if there's something, is there something on the other side of that presumed boundary? Well, we often think that there's a world outside of us, the body mind. So go ahead and feel whatever you imagine is not you, the world outside of you, the felt sense of that. And notice how the felt sense of you here, localized, the felt sense of the edge of you, the boundary of you is being felt, and whatever is outside of you is being felt. It's one feeling, isn't it? All of it. It's not a multitude of feelings. It's one feeling. You could say a continuum of feeling, a continuum of being. Feeling and being are synonymous. I'm just emphasizing the felt sense. Because in a way, that's How do you know being is here? Because it's being felt. This moment is being felt. So if you just venture around the felt sense of the moment in all its different aspects, seeming aspects, and just notice that wherever you travel in the field of experiencing, what do you encounter? The felt sense of whatever it is you encounter. So you're always finding the feeling of the moment. You're always running into feeling. And whatever's perceiving this moment right now, that's also feeling. That's also a felt sense. There's only a feeling. There's nothing but the feeling of this. Yes, the felt sense can feel like great relaxation, described as openness, relaxed. It could feel like closed and contracted. It can feel like blissful. It can feel sad. It can feel incredibly clear and luminous. It can feel very opaque and dark and confusing. It can feel like an infinity of different flavors. But at the root of it all is the felt sense itself, the felt sense of this, the feeling, the continuum of feeling, one feeling. Everywhere you go, you just find this one feeling. Feeling of this. You sense that how there's not a multitude of felt senses, there's one felt sense. One feeling, the feeling of this. In that sense, everything is the same. Different flavors, right? Each each felt sense uniquely flavored, even if in the subtlest of ways, but always the felt sense of what is. The continuum of feeling. If you feel the whole of experience, just open to the whole of experience in all its multiplicity, this one vast field of feeling, this felt sense. There's no sections to it, right? Here's one section of the felt sense, and then there's a gap, and then there's another section, and then there's a gap, and there's no sections. It's just a whole, a seamless whole of feeling, a seamless whole of being. We could call the we could call the feeling perceiving or awareness. You see how the words are in so many ways interchangeable. The words pointing to this one thing, this root of everything, the basis of each moment is the feeling of it, the felt sense of it, the perception of it. A few years back, I wrote a song, and the lyrics begin, "Here we are, feeling everything. This unfathomable mystery shining forth as all I see. Here we are, feeling everything, the miracle of life itself, revealing endless wealth. the feeling of the moment as you feel the moment, no matter how it seems to be descriptively, but just feeling the presence of the moment, this one presence. And just keep feeling that and it's pure mystery as to what the feeling is, isn't it? The feeling of being, the feeling of life, the feeling of perceiving, of presence. Again, all attempts to capture this felt this feeling of the moment impossible, because as you feel into this, notice the pure absolute mystery, the pure absolute unfathomableness of what it is. I mean, we can say what you're feeling is life, as I often do, energy. What is that? And answer, explore that question by continuing to feel what's present, a felt sense of what's present, not your ideas about it, because that's all our efforts to try to encapsulate what it is. Just answer the question of what it is by continuing to feel what's here. The details, the seeming details of what's showing up. Feel that and keep feeling that. To know what it is. And notice how the feeling of it just keeps opening into more and more and more and more, never landing on a final conclusion. Oh, this is what the feeling of the moment is. It's pure mystery, isn't it? It's the most palpable thing, the felt sense of this. It's like it's viscerally present here. Here is here. This is here. Reality is here. It's being felt. And yet it's pure, pure, boundless mystery, isn't it? As to what it is.